my name is HistoryWes, and welcome to a new series. The beginning of a new series, I hope. In fact, as soon as school is out, I'm going to start streaming probably twice a week and playing in this world as I do so. But I couldn't wait to get started, so I'm going to do a couple of weeks where I'm posting them as videos rather than streaming. But I'm playing through just as if I was streaming. Just a continuous, mostly cut-free. I had to make a couple of cuts because I was coughing, because the air is horrible. Anyway, let me tell you about what I'm doing. I have always enjoyed starting a new world in Minecraft, and I also enjoy an established world where I can build anything I want. And the problem I always have is in the middle. I get a place started and then I kind of get bored with it. But I think that by playing in a world that I'm streaming, that I will be able to kind of get over that hump and continue on. Now, what is this world? I took the same seed that we use on my game series Family Quest, which is a server that my family and I run. My son, my daughter, my daughter-in-law, and myself play on it. And I've got about 60 or 70 videos based in that world. But it's more than 3 years old, and the world generation mechanics have changed. Now, in our surrounding areas where my current base is in that world, we have mountains and everything else, but the original spawn area was created the same day 1.14 came out, so the generation is completely different. Oh, there I am. I was afraid I wasn't going to have any views of myself. I'm wearing my blacksmith clothes. So anyway, I used the same seed, and this is nothing like the spawn area in our Family Quest game. For one thing, there's no jungle anywhere near it, and you can see there's a large jungle off in the distance here. And it's mostly desert in the area, and I don't see any desert close by. We're in a savanna here. There's an ocean off in this direction. I'm going to grab some. There's a lot of sheep here, a lot of wildlife in general, so I'm going to grab enough sheep to make a bed and grab these pumpkins. And anyway, there's also a plains area that I was just looking at a few minutes ago. There's just a little cave. Not going to worry about that one piece of coal right now. Don't even have a pickaxe yet. So my first thought is that I would like to be playing in the plains area, which, looking at it in the distance now, seems to me to be like it's like a jungle edge, kind of that open area, but with some jungle trees mixed in among the oak trees. So there's some lava. So anyway, over here where it's green, because I like the green grass, and I want to be able to have access to plenty of wood, and there's a jungle there. Jungle would be nice, so we'll see how that goes. I like an area relatively flat, but not perfectly flat necessarily. I can flatten some out. There's a village right over there. So there is a village about that far away from our world spawn point in Family Quest, but the village is in the desert. As you can see, no desert around here. So the village is different. And in that world, there are several villages fairly close together to the north and the west. But I'm not going to worry about them right now. We've got both oak and birchwood close by. Wow, look at that. A bunch of emeralds and a bed, so I didn't even need to get all that wool. So there's a savanna further on beyond here, and that was the area that in our other game was desert. And you may be wondering why I'm getting a bunch of dirt here instead of anything else, and that is because I want to protect some of these villagers. Ideally, I want to wall them into their houses, and I may not be able to get all of it, but I want at least a couple that I can come back and pick up at a later time. This is a pretty good sized village, and I always grab the hay because you can turn that into wheat, and that's actually a lot of food right there. And there are usually several different stacks of it. There's another stack off in the distance I see. This house spawned with the door open, maybe, or the villager open it. Ah, we got a couple of babies in here. Perfect. And now we got 2 baby villagers. That nothing's going to happen to them. And what do we got here? Oh, apples and potatoes. Great. This is a pretty decent village. Doesn't look like there's a blacksmith, though, or a library, or a church, so it's not that good. Alright, we do have a farm, so we already have potatoes. There's carrots, and and some beet seeds. So I think that means we have all 4 food groups. And we'll take a compactor here, composter rather. Yep, all 4 food crops. The blast furnace. Get some more hay. I will probably add vanilla tweaks, some vanilla tweaks to this world. Right now it's just a stock 1.19.4 world. Survival world. I do have one customization on that, and that is the 3D looking sun and moon. They make it look like a cube. Take that sugar cane. That's weird. A sack of wheat in the house, or a stack of hay. Nothing upstairs in these little places. Boing. So I've got about 16 days of work until I reach my retirement. When school ends this year, that will be my last day as a teacher, and I'm planning up all the things I want to do to keep busy. So I'm planning my work time, I'm planning my housework time and dinner prep time, stuff like that, and I'm even planning out some of my recreation because I want to keep busy. I don't see myself ever being one of those guys that is like doesn't have enough to do. But just in case, how many do I have? 3 villages in there. Okay, we've got 5 total, so that's pretty good. But anyway, for that reason, I plan on um, streaming Minecraft 2 days a week. Right now, I'm thinking Monday and Wednesday at like from 12 to 2. More on that in the future. Okay, looks like the sun's going down. It is. We'll go in here and use the bed. Hey, advancement made. Alright, you know what? I'll take one of these beds. They've got more than they need. Alright, let's see if we can't find a place to set up. And almost always, the first thing I do, see how much greener the grass is here compared to just the regular plains? Anyway, as I was about to say, one of the things I usually do is dig a mine first thing before I build anything, before I build a house. You can always use the mine for shelter. And I hear a zombie. It's weird how different Minecraft is now that they've raised the land and how deep the rivers are. I mean, it used to be just about waded across the river. Now they can be really deep. Okay. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, there is a hole and there is a zombie down there. So I will let him be right now. I don't even have a sword. Don't have any armor. But I do have some watermelon. Which I don't even like in real life. I don't like watermelon. So here's what I saw in the distance, which was this rocky area in the middle of the jungle, which is strange. And I was thinking it was bigger than it is, but this is fine. I think this is the perfect place to start our base. We're not too... It's technically the stony shore, even though it's not on the shore. It's in the middle of the forest. But we won't want for trees, and we'll just set up a little station here. Put down our chests. I don't even know why I took that bell. I guess, you know, it might come in handy. Clear out a little space here. Now that I think about it, I'm kind of kicking myself because maybe I should have spawned the world in the snapshot, 1.20 snapshot. The only thing different might be some nearby cherry wood, which is great. But since I'm not going to travel around very much initially, I think I'm fine. When I update this world to 1.20, we'll still be close enough to get some cherry wood, and we haven't seen any deserts, so ruins and pyramids and camels are all still going to be wherever they spawn. Okay. Grab this coal here. I'm going to use up this wood pick, even though it's slow, because I just hate wasting the tools, it feels like. You could always throw it in the furnace and use it for fuel, but kind of get a good idea of what the area looks like, where we might build some stuff. We're going to start relatively small and expand as we go. And cut ourselves some wood. I guess since we're technically on the stony shores, that's why we've got oak wood here. And we've used up our wooden axe, so now we can use our stone axe. So we're going to clear some trees around this area out, especially these ground trees. I don't even know what this is supposed to be. Shrubbery, I guess. They can put those in the game and make it difficult to travel through without having to add shrubbery. But I mean, you know, we've got sweet berries and we've got azaleas. It seems like that would work. But then we would miss out on that one log. So I've played in the snapshot using the new cherry wood. It's really pink. I mean, I like it. Clearly they're trying to get materials from every part of the color spectrum. So I'll be interested to see what they come up with next. And there's an interesting hole there. And the vine growing underground. Okay. I don't really want to go in right now. That's weird. Those look like birch leaves on part of that, on the part that's sticking over the stone. I would really like it if they would get more recipes in Minecraft. People have talked about doing a farming update. That would be great, but I would just be happy if we added some recipes. We could make squid ink pasta. Waddles had a April Fool's Day thing and mentioning possible things that we could make, and squid ink pasta was one of them. You could make it. I mean, all you need is wheat and ink, basically. It would be cool if we had a few more vegetables, though. And also, you should be able to milk goats and make cheese. I don't know that I've ever drunk goat's milk, but I will tell you I love goat's milk cheese. Sheep cheese too. But there's just one kind of cheese, Manchego. Delicious. Alright, you can't even tell it's getting dark, but oh, we've got a Stone Age and upgrade. So we'll just keep chopping some trees. We will eventually denude this jungle of trees and turn it into a park-like area where there will still be trees, but not like there is now. Because that is kind of the point of the game. Reap the natural resources from the land and build stuff out of them. Mine stuff to craft and craft stuff to mine. Okay, so we've got enough to make a furnace, enough cobblestone, and now we can craft up some charcoal. That way I can use the charcoal as my primary fuel for cooking anything now, and then I'll use any coal that we find to make torches, because I need to get digging my mine here. I do not have a single piece of iron yet, and of course no diamond, and that is unacceptable. So, oh, hello, Mr. Creeper. Not so dangerous to people if you see them coming. It's when they sneak up on you that's a real problem, but they do leave a mess. I forgot where that hole was that I was going to go in and look. Creeper came from over here, but here we go. Pick up these saplings. And open this up a little bit. I don't anticipate this goes super deep or super big, but you can never tell anymore with the way they've expanded caves and caving. Got some more coal though. Oh, there's our friend Dead Steve. Monster Hunter. Okay, it goes down, but there's also some space up above where that zombie came from. I don't want one dropping on me. So maybe put a torch up there. Yeah, it goes down quite a bit, and that's as far as I'm going. But Wes, you said that you would make a mine immediately and get down and get iron and diamonds and stuff. Yes, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that right away. But I like to dig my own mine where I can control the shape and the dimensions, and more importantly, how it opens up into any larger structures, larger cave systems. And we've got some copper, a limited amount of things you can do with it at this point. Eventually we're going to use it for building materials like crazy, but it's a shame that in the early game there aren't more things you can do with it. I definitely think you should be able to make tools out of it. Okay. So this is going to be our basic shape, but we'll just continue down until we get somewhere down around 50-ish. I'll level out for a while, and so that we can have tunnels branching out there looking for metals at that height, or depth I should say, and then we'll continue downward, and we'll probably level off around the transition point from stone to deep slate, or as I call it, slate. Okay. Just got to make sure to keep it lit up as you go. It's interesting, you can see through here when I chop these up here. And we'll put a torch about every third level, every third step. See, look there, you can see right through, and you can see that there's greenery back there, and a torch I saw that time. So that looks like we're running parallel to that little cave system. And getting close to sundown. Okay, we've got part of our charcoal made. We need some more fuel for the fire. And while we're waiting for the sun to go down, we might as well gather some more wood. I'm like the slowest guy with my tools, I know. Somebody out there is saying, oh, come on, just hot Press the number on your hotbar. As we collect this wood, of course, we'll push back the forest, which will give us a bigger area to build in when we get ready to build. We've got bamboo right here. It's a good spawn location. Well, a good base location, let's say. So we're not exactly at spawn, but it's just across the river. This will all be flattened out. We'll build a house right here. Alright, we'll clear out some of these rocks, some of this stone rather. And it should be time to sleep by now. This is what, 4 days? We got 4 achievements in 4 days. That's not bad. Okay, back to work in our mine. Not only is your mine a great place for resources like diamonds and iron and coal, but of course it's a great source of resources for stone, cobblestone, deep slate, dirt. Get all these places, or all these resources dug up, and then you've got your building materials. It's a nice good vein of copper. You'll note that I got the subtitles turned on in the bottom right corner of the page. That is something I just started doing. That was an advice from my daughter, and it's proven to be a pretty good one. Doesn't really make a difference most of the time, but every once in a while you can see something off. And like footsteps, it tells you, are they to the right or left? I think this is our first diorite, yep. Got our gravel. Now once we get a moderately established base here, we will be heading off in each of the cardinal directions to see what we can find. We're going to want to find Badlands for some terracotta. Want to find a desert for some cactus. Quite a bit of gravel right here. I've got the river right next door, so I know there's some um, sand at least. In my last several worlds I've built a round tower as my first building. I think I'm not going to do that this time. Let's see, we're going downward. I want to get to level 50 before we create a level space. And we're there. We're about 10 or 12 blocks long. And then that way they'll give us a chance to branch out either direction as we want to. See, when you're mining like this and you've got control of the amount of space that you're using, as long as you keep your area behind you lit up so nothing can sneak up on you, you're pretty safe down there. And if you crack into a large cave system, you have control over how much of that you want to open, whether you want to step in or whether you want to just peek in by making a window. Okay, we need some more torches. Now we've got plenty of charcoal. Should we need to smelt anything else? Got quite a bit of copper, but we won't be using it for a while. Not really necessary at this point. Broken into one of those to that spot we were looking at as we were digging through the glitch. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the cave that we were looking in before. I've got a shovel. I don't want to bother until I get iron at least. Yep, that's our old cave. We're just going to block this up here so nothing comes in that way and disturbs us. see how far we've gone. 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Some brilliant rock placement there, Wesley. Okay. Still not nighttime out. We have our second bed that we picked up in the village, so we can put it down here. The sun is going down. Chop some more wood. And it looks like the sun's gone down, but I guess it hasn't yet. There we go. And while it was getting dark there, I saw some fire off in the distance. Yeah, it looks like we have a ruined portal over here. Let's go check it out. Take the sugarcane. We've got a little cave here. Maybe a shortcut. Oh. You can't get through here, so let's make him a little path. Hey, Mr. Creeper. There you go, and that didn't make it any easier to pass through, but that's one less creeper to worry about. Now in the Ma Bestiary, it shows that the creeper is has a block of TNT in it, and since it drops a record disc, if a skeleton shoots it, there's got to be a record disc in there, right? That is the official canon, but that just doesn't seem right. I mean, how would that TNT get in there? I like, I think it was Matt Pat that came up with the theory that they were a type of plant life that exploded to spread their seeds. And they wanted to kill you and use you for fertilizer. That makes more sense, since there are explosive types of plants in real life. But I need to turn fire spread off in here, in this world. Then again, there are so many creatures that are obviously artificially created remnants of somebody. We have snow golems, which the player can create. We've got iron golems, which were created by villagers because they look like them. Rather than current villagers, I think that they were created by an ancient villager civilization that came along after the civilization of builders. And I would say the shipwrecks probably belong to that civilization of villagers too, because they would have rotted away if they were all the way back to the time of the builders. So they're obviously not as old as some of the other buildings. And let's see, we have the Guardians. Those are made of prismarine blocks. So it's possible the Creeper was a created creature. But unlike the Guardians, who are guarding the ocean monuments and protecting gold, the Creepers don't seem to be doing anything in particular. So I think them being a form of plant life that's trying to spread its seeds makes sense. Okay, we're just going to build our little stairway down parallel to this cave until I get down at a level that I can move around at. But remember, our ultimate goal is to get down to diamonds. Find enough to gear up. But we're going to need to find iron before we hit deep slate, because you're just digging through deep slate with stone tools is just not something anybody should be doing. So again, I don't know how many episodes like this I'll be making over the next, say, 3 weeks, but in about 4 weeks I will be streaming twice a week, hopefully, and continuing on, expanding this world and building. Get this coal out of here. There used to be this commercial for oil, Chevron maybe? I don't remember which company. They talked about the gasoline that you were putting in your car was made from dinosaurs, which is not true. The gasoline and carbon deposits that make up coal in our world were laid down long before the dinosaurs lived. In ancient forests, back when the only animals on Earth were the very first primitive amphibians. I found that the dinosaurs are so famous that a lot of people don't realize that they lived just one during one segment of Earth's long history that there were lots of interesting animals before and after them. Well, after them are us, but there's a lot of things between us and the dinosaurs that are really cool. But there are a lot of cool creatures before the dinosaurs. Speaking of dinosaurs, you should check out the Prehistoric World on Apple Plus TV if you haven't seen it already. And second season is coming out in like a month, May 22nd, I think. Best dinosaur show that you have ever seen, that you will ever see probably, with David Attenborough narrating. Can't wait for the sniffer. Come out. Speaking of dinosaurs, it is kind of a dinosaur. Alright, so we're down in this cave. Switching from tunneling to caving, technically. Just see how far it goes. This is that same cave system that we didn't go down in earlier on, an hour ago. And I could pillar up there and see what else is there, but I'm going to stop right here. I don't think it's worth it going up. Grab our copper. There's more copper over here. Didn't see any iron though, and that's really what I was looking for. Yep, those are placed wrong. We need one lower. And guess what? It's night. Okay, so we got the ice bucket challenge. Oh, because there was a piece of obsidian in that chest by the portal. May go up and widen the top of this to 3 wide, since we're 3 wide down here. By the time we get done digging down, we should have plenty of materials for building whatever we want to build in the short term. Okay. So we are back to digging the regular tunnel. A regular mine, I should say. Okay, so we've got 5 challenges completed. We don't have any iron, although we got lots of copper. We are still digging our mine. We don't have any buildings or constructions built up yet at the top. Still in the very early stages of the game. Still basically this is the end of the first hour that's coming up on. And there is an Enderman. Interesting. I don't have Enderman griefing turned off in this game. That's something I need to do. Alright, quickly make a little cover here. 2 blocks high. He can't reach us if we're under it. Yeah. Oh, where'd he go? I need to look him in the eye. There he is. There you are. Alright, he's seen me. There he comes. And my one weapon is an axe, a stone axe. Killing an Enderman with a stone axe like a primitive caveman. And he didn't even drop an Ender Pearl. Oh well. That's it for now. See you all next time. And keep on Minecrafting.